it!
Oh, hello friends. I thought it'd be fun if I did some Samsplaining to you about something that you're able to grow in your own yard, if you have one and you have sun. We're going to talk about hops today. Now, for my friends that do not partake in drinking beer, that's okay. That's not why I grow hops. You'll see in some videos that I'm about to share what happened in the next year return from my hops. The first year, I got probably like a dozen of these, maybe a handful. And then this year, it came back in force, and I used a rope, as you'll see, to go up into a tree to make it grow up, because hops plants can grow, you'll see, it's all laying down now, up to 25 feet. And a lot of people in the UK use these beautiful vines for Christmas time or for fall harvest decorations, and they put them on their mantles, which is cool. We don't do that here, or at least not the people I hang out with. So take a smell of that. Oh yeah, super hopsy, right? And you're like, oh, I don't even like that. But if you let these dry out, you can put them in tea, and it helps with if you have trouble sleeping, calming you down. Even if it's just in my head, it works really well, and I highly suggest you do the same thing. How do you know when it's time for you to tear down your hops? Now, hopefully you'll have a setup that's smarter than the way I did it, but I had to use the tall tree pruner to eventually clip part of the branch to get it down. Maybe you're going to be taller than me. I don't think you're going to be 25 feet. I don't know your life. It's none of my business. Maybe you guys like to go on each other's shoulders. Whatever it is, it's going to be awesome. And you'll know it's time when today just happened. I found a few of these on the ground, and I hadn't picked them. Oh my God, it's random. And I realized that inside, they smell super hopsy, but if you tear open inside, you'll see, and I don't know how great the lighting's gonna be, but inside, no, you definitely can't see it, there's yellow pollen in between the beautiful leaves. And that's when you know when there's pollen, and it's all of the insides are tipped with yellow substance. That's when it's time to go. The cones will open up, and I will take pictures of this with better lighting to show you exactly what I mean. But that's the game changer for you to take it down. Now, don't just cut the vines down. Don't just Tarzan them and try to rip them from the tree. These vines are what's gonna make you get hops every year. So you, as gently as possible, get them down. Hand pick off the hops. I have a lot of babies still that are going to bloom, so I'm going to somehow get them back up there for new baby hops to grow into these big hops and have a second harvest, which is super, super duper lucky. It's really fun, and it's really easy, and all you need is a sunny spot. And even if you just have a tiny patio or rooftop or whatever, you don't need a lot of, it doesn't need to be a wide space. You just need to be able to go vertical, which is super awesome. And I didn't water it that much. It kind of just hangs out, and which is wonderful. I have mine in a giant pot. You could plant it in the ground. I just like to be able to move things in case, you know, the sun changes with the trees growing forever or what have you. But that's just my thought. Oh, hey, I'm back. I just wanted to show you what some baby hops looks like in case you're like, how will I know? Which is a good question. But these are babies. You can tell because they're tiny compared to their super mature counterparts like this one, which is huge compared to the babies. And that's how you know that you're not going to want to cut down the vines. I'll show you what the base looks like. Right now, it looks like you're like, oh, let me just prune that. Don't prune it. Don't prune it. And it goes forever. Look at all those beautiful hops flowers. And it takes me back to my spot, where I'm going to be hand picking these until I don't feel like doing it anymore, or I've run out. And then I'm going to try to figure out how to rig it back up. And that's the glory of being a hops farmer with one hops plant. Actually, it's like a tangled web of like 20 hops plants now. But last year, it was one vine. And this year, it spread tremendously, which is very lucky. And I'm very excited about it. But keep that in mind, that it's going to spread out and need more room. And you're going to want to separate it after the season, after you collected all the hops from it. You're going to go into the roots and very gently unmarry them and then give them their own space to continue reproducing and such. Little family life health for you. Sorry about that. Okay, remember I mentioned there being yellow stuff between the leaves? This is a little bit better of a view. I mean, not the greatest, but still, you see that it has the yellow, which is what gives it that really strong aroma, and how you know it's time for them to come down, to pick the giant ones and then let the little baby sprigs continue to grow to give you more crops, which is awesome. Look how beautiful that is. I'm now going to dry them and bag them. I'm not going to put them in plastic bags because that would make them get skunked really fast. I'm going to put them on cookie sheets and either put them in the oven on super low, or I might just put them in the sun, which is probably what I'll do. But I'll cover them with a mesh so they don't get taken by pests or what have you, or the wind. One more quick thing. I wanted to add that the vines are very abrasive and you might have a reaction from it. I didn't realize that, and in the beginning when I was just trying to make it taller a long time ago, there were some vines that like scratched my neck and I didn't realize it, and then I thought I was dying. But it turns out it was just the very abrasive vines. But they need to be abrasive in order to climb up things easily, and they will rip into your skin. So just be careful. Wear long sleeves or gloves when doing it, unless you know what you're doing, like I do now, because otherwise you're going to learn the hard way like I did. And I'm hoping that Sam explaining things to you makes it so it's easier and less painful for you when you try to do the same things. Okay. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed being Sam-splained to about hops. Maybe next week I will Sam-splain to you about growing your own tiny pumpkins. But we'll see. Anything can happen when you're being Sam-splained.